Hello and good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you're watching along from in the world. You're joining myself, Jack Gorse, for the MotoGP Fantasy Live here for the Thai Grand Prix. Yes, this weekend it is the Grand Prix of Thailand with only 4 to go in the 2023 MotoGP World Championship. There's just 27 points in between Pecco Bagnaia and Jorge Martin, and after a dramatic and, only a half weekend, really, should we say, in Australia, the chances of Jorge Martin clawing that points back are running out. Certainly going to be a dramatic one this weekend in Thailand. Looking forward to the weather forecast. It does say there's quite a good chance of rain, so hopefully it's not as bad as what we had in Australia last weekend, and it won't be so bad, and we get some racing underway in Thailand. Now, joining me this week on the MotoGP Fantasy Live, we have a recent Moto3 winner, picked up his very first Moto3 win in the World Championship in Indonesia just a couple of races ago. So we'll bring in Diogo Moreira and say hello to him. Diogo, good afternoon, I believe it is there. How are you doing? All good?
Yeah, I'm good. Happy to be here.
Good. Now, Thailand, of course, this weekend is going to be quite an interesting one. Obviously, it's only your second year in the World Championship, so only been there once. What was your first impression of the circuit last year?
Yeah, for me, when I entered the track was good, no? Because I see the corners, I see the small corners to attack the brake, and for me this style is good, no? I like to brake late. I is my ride style, and yeah, I like the circuit. Enjoy last year. I make a good race, and I hope to this year will be better.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Of course, you finished sixth, I think, there last year. So a pretty good
Yep.
effort in your first go there. Of course, looking forward to this weekend, as you do say. You're back on form somewhat in the World Championship, of course, after that win in Indonesia. Hopes for this weekend, I presume you're wanting to be on the podium.
Yeah, for sure. Now I need to enjoy these races now because will be the last one in Moto3, and I need to enjoy. And yeah, I said before, we need to enjoy this weekend and try to stay on the podium and try, if it's possible, try to win the race.
Certainly. Right, Diogo, we do need you to help us with our MotoGP Fantasy team. So we'll bring it in. It's in a little bit of a tricky situation, so we say, because we don't have the biggest amount of money, which never helps in MotoGP. So let's have a look at what we've got. At the moment, we have Brad Binder and Fabio Quartararo. Of course, Fabio's in a little bit of a tricky situation at the moment, but he'll be hoping that this weekend in Thailand goes better. In Silver Riders, we have Jorge Martin, of course, one of the in-form riders at the moment. And then we have Joan Mir, who's been doing a little bit better recently, but unfortunately, last weekend in Australia, I think he did crash out of the Grand Prix. We do have Ducati as our constructor, and then also the VR46 racing team as our team. So certainly not too bad. Now, it's a little bit tricky because we don't have a lot of money. So, I think the first question is, looking at this team, Diogo, is there any rider that you think immediately you would maybe like to change?
Mm, I think for me, maybe Fabio, I will change
Okay,
for put Marc Marquez.
okay,
Maybe
let's have a
because
look. Let's see what.
this track he go very fast, and maybe with Ducati a little bit more,
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, but so I don't have money. I don't I
Well,
can buy Mark.
yeah, you can actually. That helps us a lot because Mark is only 2.2 million, so he's quite cheap for Mark Marquez. So let's make that trade and confirm that one. So that's in. So then that actually gives us 1 million to make another change. Now, depending on who you want to remove, of course, Jorge Martin and Brad Binder at the moment are doing quite well. So maybe you would look to remove Joan Mir. If you did remove Joan, you would only have 2 million to play with, and that probably won't leave us with too many options. Digian Antonio's 2.1, so is Alex Marquez. Miguel Oliveira is 2 million. He won here last year, actually, so that's probably not a bad
Yeah.
idea. Or Enea Bastianini. Anyone that stands out of those available options?
I think maybe Alex Marquez.
Let's have a look.
maybe, yeah, Alex or Augusto, maybe.
Okay, I think Alex Marquez would be a little bit too expensive. We would just miss out by
Yeah,
100,000. Augusto, where was Augusto? Augusto's 1.8, so we could do Augusto if you wanted to.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let's do Augusto. So, let's add
Because Augusto
Augusto.
this year, he stay on the top, no? He make a good season. I think
Yeah,
here with Ducati, for sure, he go fast.
yeah, absolutely. I think Gusto's done pretty well. And in fantasy, actually, his points are quite good for how small his price is. He's 257 points, and you compare it to some of the others, it's not bad at
Yeah.
all. Like Fabio's only 294, but he's a lot more expensive. So, happy with those changes? Think that's quite a good team?
Yeah, I think this is my opinion.
Okay,
The teams is quite clear. Only we will see the riders, but I think this is a good team.
not bad at all. Now, there's one last thing actually that we can do. Now, of course, the gold riders scored double the amount of points of your silver riders. Um, Obviously, Jorge Martin has been on good form in a minute, and he needs to really win the sprint and the Grand Prix this weekend to claw back those points on Pecco Bagnaia. Now, would you want to switch Jorge Martin or even Augusto Fernandez into your gold riders so they score that maximum available points that they can? The question is, who would you want to switch them with? That's always the tricky one.
I think Martin with Brad.
Yeah? Okay, let's do that. So,
Yeah,
now
yeah. I think
let's...
this is more clear.
Yeah, so happy with Marc Marquez in gold?
Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
definitely. I think Mark this weekend could be quite good, especially if it rains. If it rains like last year, then it's
Yeah, for
all
sure. This is the point.
exactly. Okay, Diogo. Just I wanted to ask you as well. Obviously, we see a lot on your Instagram that you do a lot of supermoto training, a lot of motocross training, and we've heard from other riders, including Marc Marquez, that's trained with you before, that you're very good on all types of motorcycles. Any idea why that is, or you've just always been able to ride various different types of motorcycles?
I mean, I don't know. Only when I was kid, I try many things. I try motocross, I try supermoto, flat track, and always if I put something in on my way, I need to do good. If
Yeah.
I do flat track, I need to train and I need to be good, no, for if I do races or something. And I think now is important, no, because if I go now next year with another team or another bike, I need to go fast quickly, and yeah, I think training with different bikes is the point for stay better.
Of course, speaking of next year, we've only got 4 more races this year, and then you'll be moving up to Moto 2. A very exciting move, one that I'm sure you're ready to tackle. How excited are you for that, and how do you think you'll work on the Moto 2 bike?
Yeah, I'm excited to jump with this new bike and this new team for me. I think now I'm in a good moment with the Moto 3, but I need to change. No, I need to try different way, and I think for me Moto 2 will be better because if you see me train with the Supermoto or the 600, the style is similar compared Moto 2, and I think I will be much better in Moto 2. But yeah, I need to see, if I say to you now I will be fast, but maybe after the Valencia test, maybe I go back. But yeah, I need to see.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't be the case. I'm sure you will be very fast indeed, Diego. We look forward to seeing you on that Moto 2 bike, and even over the off season, if you're going to do any more Supermoto GP races, is that in the plan at all, or not?
No, I think this year no, because they finished the championship now, and maybe I go make one race for flat track, but yeah, only the Spanish championship, and that's it because I need to prepare next season.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very busy off season for you, I'm sure. Well, good luck this weekend, Diogo, and of course the remaining races. I believe you're closing in on sixth place in the championship, so hopefully you can secure that. And good luck this weekend, and enjoy the rest of the year as well.
Thank you so much, and was good to be here, and I hope to come back more.
Exactly. Pleasure. Thank you, Diogo. Okay, so that is going to be Diogo Moreira's team then in MotoGP Fantasy for this weekend. He's brought in Marc Marquez, which is certainly not a bad shout around here. In Thailand, we know that Marc can do some special things when the rain pours, but also, regardless anyway, Marc, when he's feeling okay with the Honda at the moment this year, can be right up there in the mix for top fives as well. Brad Binder switches to silver, but certainly not a bad idea. With all of the Ducatis, it's obviously difficult for Brad to get those top results, but he did a pretty good job of trying to do that in Australia last time out. And then Augusto Fernandez comes in for a silver rider as well. Of course, his first time in Thailand on a Grand Prix bike, but I'm sure he'll adapt very, very quickly indeed. We know what the KTM's like with the two big straights there in Thailand at the Chang International Circuit. The KTM's a bit of a rocket, so I'm sure he'll be all right indeed. Of course, as always, the constructor remains his Ducati, and the team is VR46 Racing Team as well. So it's going to be an interesting weekend in Thailand. Of course, as we do say, just 27 points in between Pecco and Jorge Martin in the championship. We asked you, I believe it was on Tuesday, I can't remember what day it was now, on our MotoGP social media channels, whether you thought that gap was going to be able to close down if Martin could recover those 27 points. I was surprised that a lot of people actually said they didn't think he'd be able to do it, but I'm sure the Martinator will be looking to prove you all wrong this weekend. Let us know your predictions for this weekend as well, the podium predictions, because it is going to be a difficult one there in Thailand. Of course, it can be hot, but also it can rain too. Now, if you haven't signed up for MotoGP Fantasy, don't worry, you still can and any time. Just head to fantasy.motogp.com and you'll be able to input all your details there. You can go on and create your leagues and join other leagues that your friends set up as well. As you can see, we're in a whole host of them this year and we're doing very, very badly in all of them, so not doing too great. If you're in the MotoGP Flyaways League, that is coming to a close fairly soon. It closes at the end of the Qatar GP, not quite at the end of the year, but at the penultimate one, and I believe it's fairly close at the top. Yeah, it is. There's only 0.75 points in it right at the top with Lagos V2 and Moto Serras kit right there. So if you win that league, you will win a GoPro Hero 12 and also 2 Grandstand tickets to a Grand Prix of your choice next year. So if you're one of these names here in the top 10, well, you might want to get a wriggle on and hopefully you can win that league at the end of the year. So that's going to be it then for the fantasy preview here from this morning here in Barcelona. Looking forward to the Thai Grand Prix. Make sure you enjoy the action this weekend. If you are watching along from Europe, make sure you get those alarms set as it's going to be an early one. Thanks very much for watching, and ciao for now.